this will cover phrase modulation. What does that mean? It's literally just a phrase that occurs in one key and then boom, occurs in another key. This is actually a form of direct modulation as well. You're going to find these concepts overlapping, stuff like common chords, direct modulation, common chord modulation. All this is going to overlap, and you'll see little similarities between the two. However, there are slight differences, so they should be covered in every aspect. So I'm going to take something as simple as this. Okay, and I'm going to use that as my phrase modulation simple reference. So let's just do this in C, G, sorry, I called it out too soon, D. We're going to D now. Maybe just close it out. Just to make it musical. I don't know. I should have just left that out, but so basically just repeated the phrase starting in C, repeated it in G major, and then repeated it in D major. Okay, and then closed it out somehow. So that's not necessary. Just practice doing the phrase in one key to the next, just jumping to it. We could do stuff like this. Okay, so, that's a little bit less common in traditional harmony to do something like that, but more common with modern things. So, C, G, A, E, F sharp. Okay. And so, let's find other ways to present it. Modally. Okay, let's do it like this. C mixolydian, G mixolydian, okay, now F mixolydian. So try that, C mixolydian, repeat it in G mixolydian, and then F mixolydian. So you could use this modally, and that's where things start to get really cool and interesting. See, we could do stuff like this. Okay, so C mixolydian, B flat mixolydian. Okay, that's what happened there. So you're just kind of repeating the phrase in a completely different mode from where you started from. Let's do something else. Borrowed 4, borrowed 2. Now that was kind of a common chord modulation, but it's still repeating. Move up a half step. Okay, so we could go on forever and ever with ways to present it, but it just went from C, borrowed 4, C, borrowed 4, borrowed 2, E flat, A flat. Now we started to do the same thing on the borrowed 4, borrowed 4, 5 suspension, and just moved it up a half step to F mixolydian. Okay. So you're not really limited to traditionally this would usually occur in closely related keys. You don't really have to do that, and that's kind of an old school rule. Like the beginning ones where I repeated from C to G to D. They're all very related, closely related. You don't have to necessarily do that. You can literally jump in any way you see fit. And this is where you're going to start seeing similarities between modulation styles like common chords, pivot chords, and all that. They'll occur even in phrase modulation like this. But my suggestion is just to create a phrase and then try various ways. Try it just simply in C major and then jump to G major and repeat the same exact phrase. And try it in C minor, excuse me, and then jump to G minor, same phrase, and then maybe to D minor, whatever. So I hope that helps. And that's pretty much all we'll do on phrase modulations, because it's literally, you're just kind of jumping. Direct modulation, crossover. It's a crossover thing, jumping from one to the next.